River. Easy, easy. Sit. Back. Sit. Back. One. Sit. Here. Here. Back. No, one. Easy. Heel. Sit. Easy. Back. Get down. Look. Get down. Sit. Come on, let's go. Heel. Sit. Easy. Heel. Sit down. Sit. Back. Sit. Let's go. Hold. Sit. Heel. Sit. Easy. Easy. Back. Go on, get down. Hold. Drop. Heel. Sit. Heel. Back. Sit. Heel. Here. River. Easy. Easy. Sit. Back. Sit. Back.
All right, hello everybody. Mike Hurd here on the channel for Black Blizzard Retrievers, and again, my name, and I've got my own little YouTube channel here, and I thought I'd dive into a weekly content here for the folks that are part of this YouTube channel, and some news that goes along with the weekly trends for retriever competitions, retriever hunt tests and field trials, etc. And I thought I would start there. I did find, let's start with the Facebook page first. Retriever trial, hunting retriever trials. Boy, that's a mouthful. Is a new competition organization type thing that's going on, and it looks interesting, to say the least. If I hesitate here, I'm trying to make sure I got audio. Yeah, it does sound okay. All right. So they have their first 4 events on Hunt Secretary, and I'll take a look at that page here in a minute. But if you don't know anything about this, this is called Hunting Retriever Trials, and this is actually a cash payout type thing. So you go compete, and then you get like 80% of the kitty, and they have different levels of payback for first, second, third, fourth, maybe even other placements. But I guess the first one's coming up on March 14th and 15th. Down in Giddings, Texas, and I did find it here on Hunt Secretary. That's I guess that's the venue that you have to sign up for. But let's just zoom in on this real quick, and you can see all the different levels here. But it varies from $200 per dog up to $500 per dog. And the open class will be a little more expensive, but I'm sure the payout is a little bit higher there as well. So this looks like an interesting thing. And the other thing I did see comments about is that they will possibly be live streaming this event. I believe the open is what the Facebook post said. And to look at their Facebook page for more information when that becomes available. But it does also appear that it has to be let me zoom out, a membership type deal. And looks like the membership part of it, I'm not sure if you have to be a member. There'll be a couple of questions that maybe y'all can answer in the comments or whatever, but it looks like a membership enrollment form, according to their Facebook page, takes you to this website, this Jolt form, and looks like a handler and dog is $125. Handlers 100, dog empowerment is in there, and then 2 dogs, 3 dogs, etc. So interesting, something to keep an eye on. It's one of those new things that have popped up here recently that everyone's kind of talking about, but no one really knows what it's about, and etc. But there have been some podcasts on the subject that I have seen in the last couple of months or so. So something to look forward to. And the other thing is, let me see if I can find it here. It's something called the National Retriever Gun Dog Championship. And there's very little information about this at the moment either, but Apparently, it's an AKC approved competition focused on evaluating retriever hunting skills. And the way it sounded like there's going to be a spring event and a fall event. There's going to be a qualifying fall event, and then I believe the spring event is where they're going to, quote unquote, hand out this national championship title, maybe? I'm not really sure. So there's a lot of interesting things coming down the line that we're going to keep an eye on with regards to new competitions for retriever hunt tests and retriever field trials. Okay, let's get into the announcements for this channel. I just wanted to take a moment or two and talk about some national stuff with organizations around the country regarding retriever stuff, but let's get into my channel and what's going to happen. All right, been posting a lot of videos and been getting a lot of great feedback and comments, and subscribers have pretty much been on the steady rise, which is great. Love to see that. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this channel, is for me as an amateur for 36 years, I want to pass along what I've learned to all of you out there so you guys can become better amateur trainers yourself and be more successful at hunt tests. And if I don't know, I'll tell you where to go. And again, I try and get into as many forums as I can online. I do belong to the Hunt Test Guide, and I do belong to Pat Burns Elite Retrievers. Love to get in on those discussions, and I learn a lot from those professionals online. And then I don't copy what they do, but again, I'm just trying to add my own twist to my own experiences in the hunt test and field trial game. But I'm going to drop a video tomorrow, and let's see if I have my notes here. So it'll be the 5 biggest mistakes amateur handlers make at hunt tests. So that video goes live at midnight tonight, so make sure you check that out tomorrow. Some other interesting things that I'm trying to do here on this YouTube channel is put together some YouTube courses. There's an option in there to put courses available, which is free. Obviously, you just have to go to my YouTube channel and find it. But I haven't made the first course live yet. I want to try and record and produce, put graphics, make it look good and sound good and be a little entertaining for you guys out there, but hopefully you can learn something. But we're going to talk about putting some courses up there. And the first course I have that'll be hopefully live here soon is how to know if your retriever is ready for a hunt test. So I'm going to go over junior, senior, and master. This is going to be for AKC, not so much for HRC. I'm talking about red flags that you see in training. You may want to rethink if you want to enter a hunt test or not. But again, the courses are going to be a little bit more the longer format because I'm going to pass along a lot of information your way, especially for new folks just getting involved into the game. Okay, and I dropped a video, oh boy, what was that, Monday? 36 years, or my 30-year plus training philosophy for retriever hunt tests and field trials. That's been getting some pretty decent views over the last 3 days. Just kind of go over the highlights. It was just 3 core beliefs. I didn't want to make it too overly long and boring, but again, the 3 core beliefs that are involved in that video are consistency beats intensity, and how when I train as an amateur, I don't have a whole lot of time to train, and I just try and get out for a short amount of time in the morning, so I have to focus in on consistency more than intensity, and keeping my training sessions a little on the shorter side, get a quick session in, try and do 1 or 2 things that complement each other, and then I'm out, I'm headed back to work. So again, it just basically highlights how sporadic big training sessions, where you try and cram a bunch of stuff into the dog in 1 training session a day, it can be overwhelming to them, and you can actually go backwards and not forwards. You kind of lose that teaching mentality. How calm, repeatable reps work well for me, and I kind of go over that in the video. How dogs learn patterns and not events. So I'm not trying to teach my dog how to run a junior or senior or master. I'm trying to teach my dog how to do singles, multiples, and stack up the difficulty. But they don't understand what a junior is or a senior is or a master is, for example. But again, just trying to teach more than trying to test. let's see. Oh yeah, and I go over my whiteboard over here on the sidewall of all the things I need to either revisit or teach both my young dogs. And there's a whole long laundry list there. And I did get a comment from a channel member that he would like to see me tackle some of those and have videos on them and how I do that. And yeah, we could do that in the future. I think that would be a wise thing to do. But let me just kind of look over here. You know, I've got river and Dopplers in there. There's some water stuff that it's February in Montana. I'm not doing water work right now whatsoever. But there's a lot of things I can do. And two dogs are completely polar opposites as far as personality and what they can and can't do in the field right now. So I mean, it's a bit of a challenge to have those two young dogs in training here at the same time. And the second core belief was confidence beats precision. You know, we try and train confidence all the time, trying to bring up the confidence in the dog. We want to see a confident dog. We want a dog that goes out in the field, finds the birds. If he makes a little mistake, he can kind of figure his way out of it. And judges reward competence more than precision. I mean, yeah, it's nice to go out there and pin all the marks and line all the blinds, but that never, ever, ever happens. You have to have a dog that's competent enough to take your casts and, again, take your direction and be a good team player. And there was a great soundbite there from Clark Kennington. He had his comments on how amateurs struggle and what they struggle on. So make sure you check that out. He had some a great commentary there. I was happy to see him pipe in on that video. And then core belief number 3, how calm handlers create calm dogs. If you get up there and you're freaking out and you're all upset and you're mad at the dog, well, it translates down to the dog, and you didn't learn anything and the dog didn't learn anything. And usually when pressure goes up, speed increases and you start making bad decisions, and you really need to avoid having those high emotions when you're training, but more so while you're at a hunt test or a field trial. Let's see, we got 5 folks watching. If you want to leave there's a chat window open there if you want to jump in on the chat. If you have any questions, I'll try and do a little Q&A here. I welcome your comments. Again, I'm dropping a video tomorrow with the 5 biggest mistakes amateur handlers make at a hunt test. I try and keep those weekly videos around 10 to 15 minutes, so it's not horribly boring. And it's interesting that you can actually go through the analytics on the YouTube videos, and you can find out how long people are watching, and they don't typically watch the entire thing, which I'm trying to pass on good information, and there's a lot of information in the beginning, middle, and end. And if you just click on it for a second or two and click off of it, you didn't really learn anything. So my advice is to watch the videos in full. And again, I'm going over some courses. I'm going to try and add one course, and I've got one printed out, a script printed out, that I'm going to try and do here in the next week or so, and try and get that up on the channel here as well. So on this channel, there are all kinds of videos, and I have been fortunate enough to go to several professional seminars, for example. There's a little bit from a Dave Rorm seminar when I ran my dog Windy. Had a lot of fun doing that. That's very entertaining. You can watch her run Dave's test, and she actually went through there and smoked it, and we had a lot of laughs and giggles and a lot of fun, and that was a fun video to watch. But I also have the 3rd day of a 3-day seminar with Clark Kennington. He came up to our Retriever Club in Montana, and I was able to videotape that, and there was a lot of water work for that 3rd day, and how he was taking some young dogs and de-cheating and that kind of thing, and that's a fantastic video to watch. And again, it's about 8 hours, but there's a lot of great information. I think I broke it up into several different videos. And then the big thing on the channel is I will have permission from Pat Burns. When he went to Salt Lake City a couple years ago, I videotaped a 3-day seminar with Pat Burns. And again, there's a ton of content there. And I tried to break it down into some of his sound bites, and his tips are on the channel. And those are short little tips, only like a minute or so. But again, a lot of great content there. And I have been fortunate enough to put some Master National and Master Amateur Invitational video on there. Some of the Master National stuff I have on there has some of the highest video views on the channel. And make sure you watch that. I videotaped the Master National I went to in McCall, Idaho. A little bit of that is on there. And I have quite a bit of information or videotape on the Roseburg Master National 4 years ago. And it's a bittersweet thing for me because I actually got one dog through that Master National. He earned his first or second Master National plate, but I also had my dog Wendy. She ended up passing away during that event. She made it to the third series, and it's not that she injured herself out there. I knew she had cancer, but I was hoping to get through this national and then get into the winter, but I thought I had more time with her than I actually did, and she ended up passing away during that event. So again, it was kind of a bittersweet thing. But Master Amateur Invitational, I got a ton of video on that. And I am the communication director for the Master Amateur Retriever Club. And I live stream the 2024 event in Washington State. So a lot of the live stream stuff is on the channel, and you can sit there and watch series by series. I also did the reporting for 2 or 3 Master Amateur Invitationals prior to that. So there's a lot of reports on there. I did all the graphics for each test setup and diagrammed it all out and put it on the blog. Just go to Master Amateur Retriever Club. You can go to events section there, and you can look at all the content there, all the diagrams and descriptions of each series. And of course, we have a lot of video content on there as well. That's a wealth of information. If you want to know what it's like to run either the Master National or the Master Amateur Invitational, there's a lot of video content there. And that's something, if I was a new retriever person and I didn't really have any goals set for myself, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I want to get involved in something like that, well, watch those videos, and wow, you can learn a lot. And it's good to have lofty goals and finding folks to help you get your junior title, your senior title, your master title, and then move on above that, go to a Master National, get a whole another set of titles for that organization, and then you can go to the Master Amateur and get a whole another set of titles on that organization. And if you play your cards right, you can have a Master National Hall of Fame dog and a Master Amateur Hall of Fame dog. I mean, wow. I mean, think about that on your pedigree if you want to breed. Those would be sweet feathers in your cap, if you will. Okay, checking the live stream, making sure everything looks good. So, yeah, a lot of great content on that channel. And I've been going through and kind of freshening up some of the thumbnails and trying to make things look a little bit better. Now that it's a little easier to do with artificial intelligence and making those kind of graphics. I was trying to do it by hand, and yeah, it took forever, but now it's a heck of a lot easier. So I'm going to try and do some live YouTube live streams every Thursday. And of course, my main goal here is to kind of pass along the latest retriever news that's going on around the country and around each region. If you have anything to add to that, shoot me an email. Of course, you can stop by the channel here and find my email address on any given video. I do have a website too, by the way, which we can go over real quick just to take a look at my Black Blizzard Retriever website. So I made this back in early January. It kind of describes me and some of the dogs that I have. And right now I have River as a stud dog. And let's see, this is just a little bit too big. I'm missing the top part of it. There we go. So if you go to the About section, kind of talks about me a little bit, and of course it has links to my YouTube channel. You go to training. I don't offer training. I'm an amateur. I don't get paid to train. I just handing out free advice, okay, from somebody that's been doing this for a long, long time. But I do add, it's not the entire library, but there are a lot of links to the channel, videos that I need to kind of freshen this up a little bit. But again, if you want to find ways to look at some of that content there. And of course, got my 3 boys, got Radar, the yellow lab. I got his son here in the middle, that's Doppler. And then I've got River over here on the right. And River, boy, he came back squeaky clean on all of his DNA, all of his OFAs, his eyes. I just did a cardiac thing on him. I'd never done that with a dog. He came back incredibly squeaky clean on that. So, I mean, he's got, again, this QR code, links to his OFA page. I made a stud graphic here, if you will, but I'm not trying to stud him out at the moment because he's going to turn 3 here in a couple of weeks. But once I get his Master Hunter title, or even hopefully some field trial titles on him, then yeah, absolutely, we'll put him up for stud. And of course, you kind of found your way to my live stream here on YouTube, and you may or may not be a member or a channel member, so I suggest you go to Black Blizzard Retrievers. Of course, it's got my name right there, and subscribe. I had about 500, a little under 500 subscribers right around Christmas time, and now it's up to 573. So again, the channel is growing, and the top videos on the channel are here on top. Again, I just freshened up some of these thumbnails on here, but if you actually go down below, you can see the posts, and I'll post some information every now and then, some polls, and let you know when the next video drops. Again, I got the next video showing up tomorrow morning at midnight tonight, so if you wake up tomorrow morning, make sure you check out the latest video. And I've got 2 more sitting in the queue. I'm just waiting to, I don't want to overwhelm everybody with video after video after video, but again, I'm trying to tape as many as I can and get them up and going here on the YouTube channel. But again, the latest video was this 30-year amateur training philosophy. I had an amateurs don't train enough of the right things, and I kind of go over what some of those right things are. And of course, I've had a lot of positive feedback about why amateurs fail retriever hunt tests, and I'm going to have a little bit more on that topic coming up in the next couple of videos. And one of the interesting and one of the fun things I just got done recording today, in fact, was a video on how to get ready the week before a retriever hunt test. And I've got it shot. I haven't edited it yet, and I'm putting together some graphics, and I hope to have that up the next week or two, because there's a lot of great information there on how amateurs can either screw it up royally and ruin your chances when you get too overbearing the week before you go to a hunt test, and what is the right kind of mindset to have and the right things to work on prior, 5 to 7 days prior to running your next hunt test. And there's a lot of great information there, and I hope to get that video up maybe in the next week or so, so you can take a look at it and let me know what you think about that. Okay, so I don't have any comments here, and of course these initial first handful of live streams, when we get them up and running, probably won't get too many folks jumping on, but that's fine. I just want to let everybody know what's going on in my world, what's going on with the channel, what's going on in the retriever community at large. Boy, I'm trying to think if I missed anything else. I guess going back to the Master Amateur, you've got 3 weeks. The next 3 weeks, or the last 3 weekends, to qualify for the 2026 Master Amateur Invitational in Stoughton, Wisconsin. The window will close at the end of February. And of course, the first weekend in March is the beginning of the new qualifying period for the 2027 Master Amateur Invitational. That's going to be somewhere in the West Central region. We'll have updates on where that'll be and when it'll be coming up, but again, it's in that mountain time zone um, across the west central portion of the country. That's coming up in 2027. I did get an email from a gentleman, didn't quite understand the process behind the Master Amateur. So he went through thinking he got qualified to run the 2026 event. He made one critical error, and it's the one thing we post and pound over and over and over again, that message, but apparently he didn't get it. Step number one, if you want to run a Master Amateur Invitational, I don't care what year it is, this year, next year, the year after that, you have to become a member of the Master Amateur Retriever Club. That's step number one, because if you get qualified, say you get your 4 passes, you get your Master Hunter title, and you get your 4 passes, you aren't able to run the national event because you're not a member of MARC. You have to become a member. That's first and foremost. So right now the membership drive is up and running, and you need to take advantage of that. You need to get on there, pay your $50 dues. I think it is $55, something like that. It's not that expensive. But your first step is to become a member. Second step is trying to get qualified. There's 2 criteria for qualifications. 1, you have to have a Master Hunter title, and 2, you have to have 4 passes in that qualifying window. So it's March 1st of this year through the end of February of 2027. That's the qualifying window, and it's all described on the website, on the Master Amateur Retriever Club website. Now, we do get this question all the time. No, my dog doesn't have a Master Hunter title, but do I need to get a Master Hunter title and then 4 passes on top of that? No, you don't. If it, let's say, for example, you have 2 passes, master passes, and you need 4 more to get a title, those 4 will count towards qualifying and getting your title. That makes sense? So you don't need a title and then 4 more. So right now my old dog has a title, a Master Hunter title. To get him qualified, I'd need 4 passes. Whereas the Master National, you have to get 6 passes, and then I think you have to have a title first and then 6 passes. That is a little more challenging. Why does the Master Amateur Retriever Club charge for membership versus the Master National, who doesn't? I'm not sure the reason behind why, but it is a little bit of a different organization. So Master National clubs, so your local gun dog club has to be a member of the Master National, and they will post that in their premiums. They are a Master National Retriever Club. That means if you go to their hunt test and you pass the Master test, that'll earn you one of the 6 passes required to run the Master National. So you don't pay dues into that. It's clubs that have to pay $100, I think, something like that a year to belong to the Master National Retriever Club. The Master Amateur doesn't burden the local gun dog clubs with a membership process. They burden you with that process. So you have to pay dues into the Master Amateur. And again, it's all listed on the Master Amateur Retriever Club website. If you have any information and anything's confusing, go to the Master Amateur Retriever Club Facebook page. I am the administrator of that page. You can send me a Facebook DM, a digital message if you want. And again, all of our emails are on the MARC website. The secretary is there as well. If you have any questions at all about the Master Amateur, reach out to your regional director, and that's listed on the website. If you don't know what region you're in, look that up. It's easy to find on the website. You can find your regional director. They're there to help you along the way. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I missed. And I do have one comment here. Enjoying your videos and discussion. Thanks, Charles. I appreciate that. So I got one little fan there. Make sure you give a little thumbs up there if you like that too. Hey, again, I'm here to help you people, and I'm doing it out of my own time. I'm not getting paid to do this, and I hope to grow the channel again as much as possible. And I love this game to death. I've been involved in it since 1990. I've had numerous Master Hunter title dogs, an amateur field champion, been to many, many nationals, been to one national amateur field trial, but I've been to a lot of Master Nationals and Master Amateurs, and again, I'm highly involved in my local gun dog club. Been chairing events, both field trials and hunt tests for a long, long time, and yeah, fun stuff. Enjoy it tremendously, and I enjoyed making the videos. It's a lot of fun to videotape myself, not only to analyze what my dogs are doing, but to make up some videos for you guys and post that online, and I hope you find value in that. And if you do, you always subscribe, ring the bell, do a thumbs up, whatever you do on YouTube to help me and encourage me along the way. Oh boy, I think that's about it for this live stream. Let me check and make sure everything looks right. Yep. Okay. All right. That's this Thursday's live stream event. And again, I hope to have another live stream for you next Thursday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Days are getting longer. Loving that. In Montana today, by the way, I don't know what part of the country you guys are watching from, but it was 65 degrees in Bozeman, Montana in February. We are really hurting for on snowpack, and it's been horribly dry. And to be shattering record highs that high in February is insane. It is truly insane. I know central and eastern half of the country is dealing with a lot of cold and snow, but that's probably about to change. Okay, everybody. See you next Thursday. And again, make sure you watch for that video to go live at midnight tonight, and watch that tomorrow or throughout the weekend. And I'll try and get that first course possibly up this weekend as well. So look for an announcement either on the Black Blizzard Retriever Club Facebook page, or I'll post a little something here on the YouTube channel. So look for that in the community posts. All right. Wife's home from her walk. I'm going to go take the dogs outside for a little bit. Have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one.